So we give them opportunities for themselves to target offers of prosper from increasing, and they prosper from increasing patronage. Indeed, some of our most interesting event ideas have arrived through talking to our tenants. Some of our events are very small and fine grain, others are iconic national events. We are the Australia Day organisers in Sydney, so if you've been to Sydney on the 26th of January, very big event at Darling Harbour. Through this mix of diverse events, the Sydney Harbour Foreshore Authority develops the great foreshore precincts of Sydney, activates those precincts and constantly revitalises them through the program of events. You can't change a building all the time to make a different walkway, but you can sure change events to capitalise on whatever those buildings have to offer. So it's a very small way of making easy and rapid change. We target these events to respond to messages that we receive from the people of Sydney about our precinct. So if they say, hey, there's just too many souvenir shops here, we do try and make events that do something different, like the chai tea tent or the camel rides. We specifically create or reshape events to address perceptions about our precincts and to give them new life and relevance to Sydney-siders. And I know I've stressed that point a number of times because nobody else is coming. We've got to focus on Sydney-siders. And we add value to the Sydney economy by increasing visitation to our precincts and businesses, including a provable increase in return visitation and ongoing customer patronage of our tenancies. So our business model fundamentally remains a virtuous cycle between development, marketing, activation, and ultimately redevelopment. Our events, both major and minor, play a critical role in the marketing and activation phases of that cycle, and I hope that I've illustrated the contribution that events can make to iconic precincts, whether they're in New Zealand or whether they're in Australia. So I'm open to any questions.
You talked about the festival being controversial.
Oh no, that's what they said in the news broadcast. The controversial part were the Brian Eno paintings that were the images that were on the Opera House. For some reason, some people didn't like it. I don't know, I thought it was pretty okay. It sort of matched the mood of the festival.
What's your budget what's the event's budget and where does it come from money-wise?
Well, we make our own money. We're not budget dependent. So let me start off by saying that the money comes from us. We spend in marketing and events, and that's the whole package. That's not just events, that's marketing, tourism, the Chinese garden, which we staff. We have about a $10 million budget for that altogether.
When you said you make your own money, is that from development rights?
From our tenants. They pay us rent and turnover rent. So we own every shop, boutique, restaurant in the Rocks. We own the land. They pay us rent. They're our tenants. So we get about $30 million from the Rocks a year. A bit more from Darling Harbour, where we've got 4 big ground leases. The convention centre returns about $30 million a year to us. You know, obviously with the convention centre, you'll never get back the amount that you spend to build it. So let's forget about that. There's no MPV there. I'm just talking about the amount of money they now make on events.